Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Steel Ocean. Today we're going to play with the Cachalot, a US sub. And so with the submarines, our goal is to try to get behind the enemy fleet and try to draw them out with torpedoes or destroy them if we can. My main target is on the other team is the Battleship and the heavy cruiser. Now, let's see, their heavy cruiser, yeah, they've probably got torpedoes, but I don't think they have depth charges on that particular heavy cruiser, so we should be able to attack fairly well, unless they're protected with the light cruiser or the destroyer or even the sub that they have on their team. Then it'll be a little different, but we're going to go off to the left. We're off to the what is that, the east, and come around the island, that north island. The objective of this game is to take over the neutral capture point, which is in the middle of those islands, the white flag there, or destroy the entire team. So we will do what we can here. The sub is pretty slow. This is a tier 4 sub, so I've got 4 forward torpedoes that I can launch, and I've got 2 rear torpedoes that I can launch. I also have 1 artillery gun on the rear of the sub, so I can't fire. I can't fire forward. I can fire a little bit to the right and left and forward, but not directly forward. So I need the target, if I use that weapon, I need to have them on my flank or to my rear. Now I am a little harder to hit unless a ship gets up close to me, so we want to try to be careful. We want to be real careful of destroyers and that light cruiser especially, because they have depth charges and they will wreck me if they get on top of me. I'm not too scared of torpedoes or artillery, and we just discovered and they're already shooting at us, so I'm going to go ahead and dive here. Now I do have my fleet behind me, so I'm not too worried about that destroyer because there's plenty of ships that can fire on him. And he just used smoke. He did get hit though. So that's a good thing. Our fleet is observant. It's good to have an observant team because it doesn't always happen. Alright, so I don't want to fire this far out because he'll easily dodge, especially a destroyer. But I do want to keep him a little bit on my rear to where I can fire on him if he comes at me. Remember, I only have 2 shots to my rear, and then I have to wait like 30 seconds for them to reload. I'm going to try to launch these out. I might get him. If he's worried about these other ships firing on him, he may not pay attention. Oh boy. Oh, it should be just a scout plane. Yeah, they don't have a carrier. Oh, and we got him. We got him. Oh, now that could have been lucky, but I've gotten a lot better at leading the ships. I've played enough now that, especially with the subs. Yeah, I don't have any. I do have the small guns, and now we got this cruiser. This is what I was a little bit worried about, and we just got hit. Alright. So I'm gonna try to lead this guy a little bit. And he's turning now, so I'm not gonna fire yet. I'm gonna wait until I get a little closer if I can. Hopefully our fleet starts firing on him, and that'll distract him. Oh, I've got a heavy cruiser over here too. Now he may or may not have. I think this particular cruiser does have. Yep, there he goes. Does have torpedoes. So I got to be careful there. We can easily dodge him though. Let's see if he turns. If he doesn't turn, we've got him. No, he's turning. Yeah, you got to be careful with the sub firing too far out because. Unless they're distracted, they're easily going to dodge it. The Battleship, maybe not so much, because they have a horrible steering turn time, so... And he's just going to turn, yep. But that puts his broadside to the other fleet, so they should be able to hit him a lot, and they missed. Jeez. I really need my other ships. I mean, there's a battleship over there. He should be able to wreck this guy. And they are missing like crazy. I don't want to fire yet. I'm going to try to turn. If he tries to come over me to drop depth charges, I'm not worried about the torpedoes. I can dodge those pretty quick, and we're pretty close now, so if he fires on me, they're not going to do any damage. And is he going to fire? He's not even going to fire, so he's smart enough not to fire when he's that close. And we'll just stop here, let them pass me, and now we can go again. Being close to this land, he's less likely to try to depth charge. If he has depth charge, he may not. I can't remember if there's any cruisers that don't have depth charges. But, oh, that's the Atlanta. Yeah, I think the Atlanta has depth charges. Pretty sure. And that might get him. He's going to go behind the smoke, so we're not going to get to see it. But we'll hear it. It's our own guy. Our own guy is firing them, so it still gives us the warning, even though... And we missed. We'll fire some artillery on them. The sub, or at least the Cachalot, does have pretty good artillery, so we can do some pretty good damage. I didn't lead quite enough there. We can do some pretty good damage with our artillery. Unfortunately, it's just one shot at a time. But it does really well, especially if you got destroyers trying to chase you, or light cruisers. Not as effective on the heavy cruiser or the battleship, definitely not. So they've got 3 guys left, a battleship, a heavy cruiser, and their light cruiser. And we've got 4 left. We only lost our light cruiser. Doing pretty good team covering each other. You notice that our fleet's all pretty much together. No, we all are together, sorry. So that's pretty good. I don't know why our other sub is way back there though. He should have went the other way around and tried to get behind the fleet, the enemy fleet, knowing where they're at. That's what I would have done if I had been the further back sub, but where I'm the front attack sub, there's no sense in me going back and then trying to get around. So I'm going to try to stay on the offensive here, and our fleet's doing really well at protecting us. It keeps them distracted, so they can't really charge in and put depth charges on me, which is really the only major weapon against a sub. I mean, the torpedoes, they can work, but all I have to do, if a torpedo it looks like I'm not going to be able to get around them, I can just go deeper, and they'll go right over me. It does use up more oxygen when I go deeper, but it can be very effective. Oh, and we've got the battleship over there. Okay, so he's trying to get a torpedo on me. Not going to get me there though, and if he fires on me now with torpedoes, he's going to miss, or it's going to not do any damage. I just got hit by my own ship. Yeah, that's okay. It happens, and he's dead. Okay, so we're good there. So we got or I'm sorry, that was their light cruiser. We got their heavy cruiser that was firing on us. So their battleship might be over there also. I think I'm gonna go. I'm running really low on oxygen right now. So they're pretty far away. I think I'm gonna come up and then I'm gonna try to maybe go around them. I might get some shots off. Oh, he's going forward. I thought he was going backwards. So those will do nothing. Yeah. I noticed his smoke was going backwards, so that brings up another point. Determining which way they're going. You can either see their smoke, or if you're close enough, you can also see their wake, which is the white particles on the back of the ship. That'll tell you which way they're going. Also, the speed that they're going, because if you notice that it's like a motorboat spitting up the water behind him, so he's moving at full speed. And then you'll notice a big difference if you play. You'll notice the difference of the wake and the smoke. If you see the smoke coming out of his stack, it's a good determination of how far away or how fast they're going, rather. And then if they're turning, you'll be able to. I mean, you'll see them turning, but from a distance, it's harder to tell if another ship's turning. But you can use their wake to determine that, because it will turn with them. So I'm going to go around this island because I want to get away from that heavy cruiser. I think our fleet's got them taken, and they just took them out. I could turn around here, but the turn time would take too much time, and I'm thinking the battleship's probably going away from our fleet. So if I can get around this island, he should come up on me, or I'll sneak behind him, one of the two. And our torpedoes they'll kill the battleship. The battleship has no chance against torpedoes. Okay, so he's right here. So, and they're hitting him, so we may not get to him in time here. Yeah, they just destroyed him. So anyway, finally a good game. Until next time, see you, bye.